I'm Melissa Manning, and I'm 20 years old. Well, I think whenever I was probably a junior, senior in high school and wanting to know what I want to do with my life, my career, I just really loved traveling, and that kind of sparked my interest for traveling around the world and doing something different and exciting. I love being up in the air, and planes and airports are it almost feels like a second home to me. Dad works with somebody who is a member of EAA, and he recommended the Eagle flights to him, and so my dad got in contact with somebody from there, and we were set up with David Setzer, and I took my first Eagle flight whenever I was 18, and it was, I think, on New Year's Day 2017, and I loved it. This was super easy. My dad was in contact with a lady over email, and she set us up with this guy who had his own plane, David Setzer, and we were able to go out, coordinate times pretty quick, super easy. And
all right, so what happened after your Eagle flight?
After I did my Eagle flight that day, I had never been in a small plane before, and I loved it. I totally loved it. Totally fell in love with the small plane and just being up in the sky, having that control. So I was a senior in high school that year, and kind of busy with finishing up senior year, and still looking at different aviation schools. And then later, probably later in that summer, I looked around for different flight schools, and then started a flight school out at Meacham Airport in November. That was my first lesson, and ever since then I've just been getting all my ratings, and now I'm a CFI. Okay, so I started my first flight was in November 2017, and I got my private license January the next year in 2018, and then my instrument rating a couple months later, my commercial a couple months later, and then CFI a few months after that, and now I'm working on my double I and MEI.
At this point?
Well, whenever I first started flying, I think my goal was the airlines, but right now I'm a little bit undecided, and I'm trying to decide between cargo or passengers, maybe even corporate, but I'd definitely like to fly in the regionals just for a couple years, just to kind of get the feel for it, and I want to try all the different options that I have, maybe do everything, not being tied down to anything, any one area, airlines, cargo, corporate. I think if there's any question in your mind or any interest that you have for taking an Eagle flight, I would jump on it. Definitely. If you have just the smallest amount of interest, do it, because you'll probably most likely fall in love with it. And I think that you'd definitely regret if you didn't, and you'd have a lot of what ifs. So I would highly recommend Eagle flights.
So
Okay. I would just like to really thank the EAA program, and especially EAA Chapter 35. And I would especially like to thank the Chapter 34 for getting me connected with general aviation and helping me start the first step towards my aviation career, and for making it so easy and fun. I really appreciated that. And everybody have a happy holidays.